So we're going to talk today briefly about the National Youth Agency Quality Mark and offer you an introduction to the indicators and standards, as well as a bit of an overview of the award itself. So I'm Paul Crought, Local Quality Improvement Manager of National Youth Agency. I lead on the quality mark assessments and processes. I'm, as many of us are, JNC freshly qualified youth worker with this year 30 years worth of youth work experience. Today we're hoping to introduce you to the quality mark, describe the processes for undertaking it at foundation level, and encourage you to reflect on whether your organisation is suited for this particular quality mark. There are more detailed presentations and notes available for those who choose to take on the award, and those can be made available later. The quality mark, as we see here, is based upon national occupational standards. The game plan is that the standards and indicators are designed as a tool to help you reflect upon and review the quality and the impact of your work with young people. We offer the quality mark assessed at a foundation level. We don't offer the other levels as an assessed level, just the foundation level. Upon completion, you get a nice logo that you can use on your websites and other places, and we list you as having achieved the award. We may also ask for some information to go on the website to help people understand the award and for promotional purposes. The framework standards are divided into these areas: young people's personal, social development and learning, quality of youth work practice, leadership and management. There are 3 levels of the award designed to provide progression ladder to help encourage your growth and support. And we offer external assessment of evidence to the foundation level, the very first level. The NYA previously has assessed organisations at advanced and outstanding. However, these proved to be quite expensive and out of the reach of smaller organisations, and so created a somewhat imbalanced approach to assessing quality. If you didn't have money, even if your youth work was outstanding, you weren't able to receive that assessment. And so, following feedback from the sector, the NYA chose to focus purely on the foundation level assessment, created a digital application route for that, and still encourages organisations to consider the advanced and outstanding levels in their own development. When you look at the framework and you look at what evidence we ask for, you'll see that it's compartmentalised into 3 standards on the left here, and with each standard having a set of indicators that we ask you to demonstrate you meet. To start the process, you'll need to go to our webpage. You can apply there. We're just in the process of updating the application form. You will be given a password relevant to the local authority that's sponsoring your application. So instead of saying you would like to pay by invoice, you'll have the option of saying you have the password to get access to the platform. It's a simple process, a simple application. When you're on the platform, you'll see a simple way of giving your evidence. You can upload, each standard has a series of indicators, and each indicator allows you to upload 2 documents. Each of the indicators has a narrative section, so a section where you write what you're doing to meet that standard and what the evidence you have provided says about that standard. You can also use hyperlinks in the narrative section to public documents on your website, for example, so you can provide more evidence. And if you've entered evidence for one indicator, you do not need to enter it again if it's relevant. Simply make reference to it in your narrative section and say, this is why it's useful here. a bit like the old NVQ process, a bit like the level 2 and level 3 youth work qualifications. You provide evidence and you can cross-reference it. It's important to remember that what we are looking for is evidence that you meet these indicators in two ways. One, that it is within effectively the infrastructure of your organisation. So you might give us relevant policies, you might direct us to your annual reports which demonstrate results and outcomes, goals and values. And we also want to know that this stuff is actually happening. So you may have a policy which satisfies the infrastructure level, and then we might see reports, end of session evaluations. We might have feedback from young people or colleagues, which show us that this stuff is actually happening on a day-to-day, week-by-week basis in your practice. Case studies are really useful, and we really enjoy testimony from young people. So what I'm going to do next against each of the standards is provide some examples of the kind of evidence that would help us be satisfied that you meet the standards required. Really key for us is that in your narrative section you explain why the documents you're referring to contribute to the standards. Don't let us guess. Give us direction. So when we look at the first standard, we might, for example, look at 1.4. Young people understand and appreciate diversity. So we need you to demonstrate to us that this is happening at an infrastructure level and that it's happening in a practice level. So we might see your curriculum, for example, where you'll indicate we have a curriculum stream around equality, diversity and inclusion. You might have diversity project reports which show us you have delivered this work and that it's happening on a regular basis. This isn't simply about demonstrating to us that you reach a diverse range of young people. This is about young people appreciating diversity and understanding it. So what are you doing in your practice to make sure that's happening? And can you demonstrate that it has occurred? The second standard then, quality of youth work practice. If we look at 2.2, youth workers know the needs of young people and plan appropriate work with them. How do you ensure as an organisation you know the needs of the young people that you're serving? Do you use evaluations? Do you have a process every year of getting feedback from young people? How then do you use that information in your planning? So again, something at an infrastructure level, and then something that shows us your understanding young people's needs on a regular basis. And then leadership and management. The 3.2, the organisation has effective processes for quality assurance and performance management which involve young people. So do you have a quality assurance system? Can you send me an overview of that? Can you send me the guidebook on how to use it and how it's utilised? Does that demonstrate that young people are involved in considering the quality of your provision? Evaluations from young people, regular surveys support this. If you have a youth council or some form of youth voice system, that will really support that your organisation has an effective way of listening to young people about the service that you are providing. So please note, each application in theory enables 2 attempts to achieve the quality mark standards. So you would load your evidence onto the system and submit it, which will all become clear should you choose to go through with the process. And then One of us will review it and send you some notes. That will have been your first attempt at gaining the quality mark. Then you review what you need to do, provide us with the additional evidence where we've asked, and submit again, and that in theory is your final assessment. In practice, both are keen for organisations who are able to gain the quality mark to get it. We don't want a misunderstanding about what certain indicators mean or how it could be evidenced getting in the way of an organisation failing to achieve the award. If your organisation can't demonstrate that you meet the indicators, then we'll have that conversation with you, and the quality mark would not be as appropriate for your organisation. But we will do what we can to support those organisations who can gain the mark to gain it. If you're unsure if you're able to generate the evidence at this stage, there is a self-assessment tool on the NYA website for the quality mark. Take a look at that, see how your evidence lines up. But be aware, all indicators must be met. It's not an 80% pass mark and 90% pass mark. We need you to meet all the indicators. When you're considering what evidence to provide, please recognise, one, we are dealing with a lot of organisations, so we don't really have a lot of time to get a deep understanding of your organisation. Please assume no prior knowledge on the part of the assessors about your organisation. We will provide you with feedback and we will guide you through as best we can. When you achieve the quality mark, it's live for you for 3 years, and then if it's a valuable thing for you and you want to do it again, you need to start the process again. Thank you very much.